This is a song about the podcast Manga Chat. It's where it's at. Manga Chat. I'll never come back from Manga Chat. Hosted by Simon and Josh. Josh is the sidekick and Simon's the boss. Or maybe that's not the way things are. Everyone who goes on Manga Chat is a star. Manga Chat. This is where it's at.
What the fuck was that? I paid Jimmy Brown $1,000 for that fucking theme song. What the fuck was that?
Well, you paid him for that.
I paid him $1,000 for that. That's what his management wanted. He promised me a banging theme tune. It was longer than the 30 seconds that I prescribed. And what's the lyric in there, Josh? About Simon's the boss and Josh is the sidekick. Is he starting to trying to fucking destroy our bond, our band of brothers bond?
Yeah, I don't know about that one. I'm not.
I feel like he's. No, you're not. We're equals, Josh. We're equals pequals. I feel like Jim's trying to start trouble there. I don't like that. I'm going to ask for a refund there.
Maybe I don't talk as much as you, but I was like a cripplingly shy child, and I've worked pretty hard to like overcome that.
Well, I think most people refer to you as the strong, silent type.
Yeah. I've
heard people refer to you as the Mr. Beast of comics YouTube, and that I'm your boop sidekick. A lot of accusations recently. Again, the grooming accusations on Blue Sky. So I'm going to promise you here and now, Josh, there's nothing to dig up. I'm not going to sink you, the Mr. Beast of comics YouTube. Everything's kosher. You saw me in the intro and the pictures there as a normal man.
Wait, you gave Jimmy Brown American. This is America, $1,000 American dollars for this.
USD. Yeah, bingo. Yeah, I'm gonna have a word with him about that. I hadn't heard that. He just got it in this morning. He woke up and coughed a bunch of cigarette butts and had a vodka Red Bull, and I think he shat that out. Yeah, not happy about that, Jim.
Yeah, we should have him on to explain that, because that's not right. Anyway,
that was the new theme tune. Apologies for that, and apologies to you, Josh. I didn't know Jim was going to try and start trouble there within the ranks of Manga Chat. We're equals pequals. How you doing?
Look, Simon Wells Jones, Josh Diesel. Now it's getting in people's heads. They're like, this is how they're viewing it now.
Jim likes to play mind games, I think. He's a gaslighter from way back. He's a gas man. He's very gassy, and he lights it up. Yeah, fuck that. Fuck you, Jim. Fuck you. I've sworn again. Guys, I can't help it. I've sworn again on the stream.
And Wally Grope, yes. Yeah. Fuck all of them.
Ay. All right. How are you doing, Josh?
Me, I'm all right. Just wake up in the morning, wait for you to give me permission to get out of bed. Wait for you to give me permission to have breakfast.
Yeah, I say jump. You say how high.
Regular sidekick life.
Because I'm the boss, baby. I'm the boss.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell, Jim. What are you doing? It's in my head now. Now I'm getting an inflated head. Jesus Christ. Right. Big news at the top of the show, Josh. I don't think this can go without saying. Comic-Con sexting.
Yeah.
Just see this news. There's a big 16 people arrested or something. A bunch of minors rescued from Comic-Con. My first thought was, Chris Wisniew's in town. Dan Clowes is in town. Gary Groth's in town. Why are all these, prostitutes here?
Yeah.
I haven't really looked. Have you looked into the logistics of this?
I haven't. No, it's like I just saw the phrase human trafficking, so it's that could mean a lot of things.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people saying it was like Neil Gaiman's fault or Ed Piskor, implying that the propping up of Ed Piskor and Neil Gaiman have caused this somehow, which I find ridiculous. I blame the fans. I blame all the fat nerds who schlep their bodies in to get Funko Pops. I think that would be the main demographic for sex traffickers. We aren't even allowed to talk about this on YouTube. I think they're pretty strict on this stuff.
Well, you've seen the kind of people at Comic-Con. I can imagine that, it's just a big misunderstanding. Somebody trying to hit on a cosplayer.
Could be some young Harley Quinns getting hit on by Chris Wisnier or Dan Clowes or Gary Groth.
Yeah,
don't know. But yeah, kind of crazy. A bad look for comic books. All the blue skies are out there blaming Neil Gaiman for it.
Have you read anything about, anything about like what it actually was?
No, Comic-Con put out a statement saying it was outside the festival. So there weren't solicitations. There wasn't like a booth soliciting prostitutes in the Comic-Con. Maybe Silver Sprocket was soliciting prostitutes. I don't know. No, I don't know. I haven't looked into it. Been busy. My child had surgery last week, so last week was a pretty light work week. It was pretty fucked up. Watching your child get drugged up and wheeled away from you up a sterile hallway, then you have to sit there for 7 hours and wait, and while a bunch of like 16 doctors stick pipes and knives into your child. It was quite harrowing. So I haven't read up on the Comic-Con intricacies, but yeah, it's concerning. We do condemn sex trafficking here, Josh. We're not.
Yeah, of course.
We have to condemn so many things these days. It's all just, we should just call this condemny chat or something. It's a big festival of recriminations. Also in the news, Josh, at the top of the show, the Colin Kaepernick, the football man, the famous kneeling football man, mostly known for sitting down on his knees, not actually kicking balls. AI comics he's doing. Everyone hates him now. Everyone used to love him.
Yeah.
Now everyone hates him because he's raised $4 million to do AI comics. And there's some sort of quote where it's like, oh, I'm removing the barrier of entry. And now anyone can just make a shit comic. So a lot of people have been dunking on him.
Democratizing art, he said.
Yeah, what an absolute cunt. I'm just going to say it straight out. Yeah, what an absolute piece of shit. Get your pencils out, Colin, you lazy fucking cunt. Get up off your fucking knees. Get a fucking pencil and draw a fucking comic like a fucking real man. Fuck you. Yeah, exactly. Josh, real cartoonist.
Yeah.
Not one of these bloody football cocksuckers with fucking $4 million. Fuck off.
Yeah.
He could pay people to draw the bloody comic.
Yeah, he could, couldn't he?
Fucking hire Ethan Llewellyn or fucking Chris Wisnier to fucking do it or something. Jesus Christ. Anyway. Yeah, big news there. Yeah, more Neil Gaiman bum fingerings coming out.
I have not read about that, but I just saw that like 2 other women, right?
Yeah, 3, I think. An older one as well, like a 55-year-old mum and stuff. It's like it's clearly not just about younger women. It's clearly just about the dominance. He must just enjoy the dominance. All alleged, we should say. Neil, if you're watching. Yeah. And what is it with the CBLDF and hot tubs? The pattern there. Anyway. Big news there. Piss on the eyes. I was happy to see that. A lot of people weren't happy, but I think you were happy. I was happy.
One thing I noticed is like the kind of like mentally ill contingent of comics, mainstream comics, are so much more vicious than the kind of indie comics Twitter people. There's some real like horrific things I was seeing about that, but
it's some real specimens. The man's dead. Leave him alone. Leave his family alone. I was happy for
the family. Like, it was nice to see the family, like their Instagram posts and stuff of them at the Eisners winning.
It was very heartening for Mother Piscor and the sisters and the brother. And it was weird. It was a tie. How many ties have there been in the Eisners history? Because it's voting, like the general, not general public, but pros, librarians, professionals vote. So was there actually a numerical tie? I can't remember who the lady was that was tied with. Well, not Becky Cloonan. Who? Well, I can't remember. But did I see? I think it went either one of 2 ways. Either Ed won numerically, and they were like, "Oh, this can't stand. Like shit, people will get upset on Blue Sky. Get a woman in. There's a tie with this woman." Or the lady won, and then they were like, "Oh, all the other people are going to get mad. All the kayfabers will get mad, and Ed's family have come out So let's just make him win. So it feels like they've dusted it up behind the scenes and kind of try to make everyone happy. Or it was a numerical tie. I talked to someone the other week. I was like, has there ever been numerical ties before? Or I think there have been a few ties in the history of the ISIS. So, but I'd be very interested to see the numbers there and how that actually worked. And Thean Pham won, which was lovely. Lovely guy, absolutely lovely bloke. We've hung out with him at Comic Con.
We
couldn't happen
for them, and
couldn't happen to a nicer guy. Absolutely lovely to see.
Yeah, I used to have a podcast, Comics Claptrap, and it's like really good interviews. I was
with Rena.
I was looking for old episodes of that, but they're all sort of like wiped off the internet. It's just, I guess that's what the internet is these days. It's like just disappeared into history.
Speaking of podcasts, Josh, I saw a new comics podcast pop up the other day. It was the Miami Review of Comics with a long interview with Alex Graham and Cedar Van Tassel about Instagram, comics, commerce, blah, blah, blah. It was good. I listened to it last night and a bit this morning.
Drew Lerman?
I think so, yes.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, he seems like a good host. It was a pretty good show. Depending on the guests, I'll listen to more episodes as they come. Well, obviously, we love Alex Graham here. She's one of the best in the biz. A rape apologist, apparently, according to Blue Sky. Got their knickers in a twist, wrongly, got confused. Just people on Blue Sky out there just taking things the wrong way, putting it through their twisted brains, and then putting out libel and tortious interference under the guise of virtue. Fuck you so hard, you fucking morons. Alex Graham's fantastic. Her work's incredible. She works really hard. And Cedar Van Tassel, also the Apple Guy comics, love them. Fantastic stuff. You can get Alex's stuff from her Shopify. She's got a sale on right now, 45% off all the Devil's Grin books. Snap them up until the 6th of this month. Snap them the fuck up. And Cedar Van Tassel's new book available from Entropy Editions. What was that, Josh?
And there's like a sale on Alex's original art at Athenaeum too, and some paintings as well.
Yeah, price is negotiable on the paintings. I think it's dubbed as like a inflation sale. It's been tough recently. I put my new book up for sale and it sold well, but the rate of abandoned carts from Europe is astronomical. And I packed up like 1,500 packages, and I tell you, 2% were foreign ones. So the price of postage is really kicking us all in the dick.
I sent a massive package to Mansion Press for their new distro, and I miscalculated, so I had 10 comics. It was like I'd forgotten 10 comics, so I was like, okay, I'll just resend the 10 comics, and it cost, to resend those comics cost way more than the actual comics themselves. So it's was it even worth it? It's just it's like $50 to send 10 comics to France. It's crazy.
Yeah, and this is for you to get wholesale rates half the amount of money that you'd make normally if you were selling them yourself. So, and then all the customers will be trained to get them from the shops and distros, and you'll never make any direct sales ever again. And the price of shipping will never go down. And comics is dead.
Fuck.
I do feel like it's. Do you feel like comics is dying a little bit, Josh?
I don't know. I feel like there was definitely a massive peak with the pandemic. I feel like maybe we're just on a downslope from the pandemic momentum.
Yeah, I mean that was great. 2020 was my best year ever, but it's just the price of postage. It's just fucking.
Yeah.
And I just, manga's kicking butt, and Scholastic, obviously kids comics, YA's kicking butt, but I just, the North American superhero scene's just perishing, just low quality product, and just, it's like a rotary telephone. It's like, why would young people aren't even watching fucking Netflix and stuff. The numbers of that are going down. They're just watching, PewDiePie masturbating to, fucking Doom or something or not even, they're just watching Mr. Beast fucking throw people into lakes or something. I don't know. But yeah, I'm sure it'll be an upswing. There's still good stuff coming out and people making it work. But You know, in terms of like making a living from comics, and you know, I mean, it's always been a struggle, but I really feel this postage thing is really fucking everything up, and I don't know how we can really come back.
I've just like bashed out this zine that I finished today, and it's like probably go on sale next week. And I just had to, like, you know, the speed I have to work now to like keep this up is, you know.
Oh no, Josh, are you having to work 7 to 8 hours a day like a normal person? Oh, diddums. I like that. Was there someone talking about like hustle culture recently or something in terms of comics?
Oh yeah, that was in a review of Peep. Somebody was like, there was a review of Peep that said that Harkham comic was like promoting hustle culture, where it's just it just shows a guy working for 8 hours like a job.
Yeah, it's just, you know, you do have to work traditionally, or in the old days when we were cave people, we would have to hunt and gather throughout the day. If you just sat around staring at a blackberry under a tree, you would die. So we've kind of always had to hustle as organisms, I believe. So yeah, me working 7 to 8 hours a day making comics is it's pretty good.
To address this quick, Peachy Girl says she got a copy of Tracy Island from me, but the return address was Nathan Cowdery. That's because when Nathan came to Philadelphia and shipped a bunch of packages out from like where I was living in Philadelphia, I like put his address on my stamps.com account, and I just must have accidentally used that address for the return address. So
you've doxed him. You've doxed Nate. Peachy Girl's probably going to send a bunch of vagina pictures to Nate Cowdery's house. He'll love that. Actually, probably he'll actually be really excited by that.
Should we?
I get.
What's that, Josh?
Oh, what have you got there, Josh?
Basically, got Wally Gropius. Is that? Okay, I'm going to ignore what Wally Gropius just said.
I think he said it mail fraud. I think technically it is mail fraud.
Really? What? I don't know. I just put his name on it because.
You've not sent it. It's like packing someone else's suitcase. Do you pack other people's suitcases before they go to the airport, Josh? Put a bunch of guns and dildos in there? What are you doing?
I'm not going to upload this episode.
When I left your house, when I stayed at your house in Philadelphia, I got to the airport and they were like, what are all these guns and dildos doing in your bags? I was like, bloody Josh Pettinger's. And my ID had been modified to say Nathan Cowdery.
Yeah.
Anyway, what do you got there, Josh?
The Wilcalac Jones is Sinewy.
Wilcalac Jones.
You got a copy of this?
Yeah, I got mine yesterday. You got yours earlier than me. I don't know why.
Yeah, the Polish edition. That's from Timoff. It's nice. It's like, you know, nice little. It feels like a little kid's book, doesn't it? It's like, you know.
It does feel. I asked you when you got it, and you showed me like, oh look, this came in. I said, is it falling apart at the seams? Is all the glue rotting? Because in the past, some of the Polish editions have just like completely fallen apart. But it's quality.
Yeah.
They've upped their game.
It is. They couple things, like there's a couple of things I noticed about this. So they've to make it square, they've cropped it, which means they've cropped Dracula Jr. They've cropped a cock from that.
Yeah, not happy about that. Let's have a look at the old US edition here.
The
US edition. Yeah, see on the original. Yeah, there you go. Now that penis was artificially elongated by Fantagraphics. It wraps around the jacket a bit. I didn't paint far enough to the edge. I think I actually like the penis was probably like that, and then it was digitally altered, and the brave Fantagraphics designers digitally lengthening penises over there. That's what they do. They're up all night digitally lengthening penises in the office, doing the Lord's work. Yeah, I'm upset. I didn't notice, Josh, that the penis had been cut off, but I guess you've got more of an eye for that stuff than me.
Another thing I noticed, this keeps making me laugh. There's the book credits there. You have, Simon Hanselmann, obviously, Josh Pettinger. This is both our books.
Garcia, like Nate Garcia. Yeah, just Garcia. Just like share, just one word.
Just colored by Garcia.
Yeah, I got to tell Nate. That's you got to drop the Nate and just be Garcia, like Seth.
Yeah.
Like Seth or Marty or these Jason, just these enigmatic one-named cartoonists. Garcia.
And then the last thing I've noticed is they didn't make a font of my writing. Of my lettering. They just use yours on it.
Yeah, I did find that was a bit uninclusive or something. Why would they do that and tar you with the Hansel brush?
Yeah.
Well, it's a lot of work for them to have to make two different fonts, I suppose.
Yeah.
They did do some good work here. I noticed, like the this lettering's all been cleaned up, like, and replaced with the Polish lettering. Like, I'm not very computery, but that seems like something kind of tricky to do.
Yeah. I got it's like pretty impressive they can do this.
And we've got the blank page in there. Not too happy about the blank pages. Don't like a blank page. Also, the original one has the double-sided jacket. You've got the Pettinger side in there, or you've got the HANSELMANN side. Too cheap for the double-sided jacket in Poland, apparently. Like, well, we cannot afford double-sided jackets. No. So they've just broken yours up and put it next to a blank page.
Yeah.
But overall, a
nice.
decent Polish edition.
Yeah, so if you speak Polish, yeah, definitely.
What you want? No, I don't want that garbage. It'll make me sick. Thank you, though. The foul temptress peeped in and asked if I wanted McDonald's. I do not want McDonald's. I think late night, midnight, we're like, oh, McDonald's fries. And like, oh. But I got over that. I woke up and like, no. I had some McDonald's last week, Josh. I drove down to the mail center and there was a McDonald's nearby and I got it. And it was a big mistake. I'm 42. I can't eat McDonald's. Polish edition still Fanta. You just popped that up there, Josh. No, it's Team Off.
Yeah.
It's the elephants there. It's the Team Off editions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think let's talk business, Josh. What did we get for this? I can't remember. Like 500 euros each or something. I think that was our advance.
Maybe, yeah.
Wasn't a lot. Generally, it's like 600, 700, maybe 1,000 now. Sometimes you get, Josh, with these international deals. Like, to young cartoonists, like, you'll get more in the States if you're American based. You'll get maybe 1,000 or I mean, I get a lot more. I'm under like book 8 now, so I'll get like 20,000 or something. I've been offered 30. But generally for like a Polish, smaller region, you'll get like 500, 600, 700 euros a pop on this, and then probably won't see more than that. I don't know how, but the print run's probably like 500, 600 copies. So we probably won't see any royalties, but that's fine. It's nice to have a book in another language.
I think I have about 100 of them.
What?
No, I'm just joking. They sent me like copies or something.
Yeah, I got sent a ton of these, and I'll be honest. I did put them all in the recycling bin immediately. I took out one copy for my archives.
Really?
When I moved house, Josh, from Seattle to California, oh man, I had hundreds of like useless Polish, Russian, Brazilian books. Like no one wants them. If I drag them to a festival here, I can sell the Spanish ones in California. I've sold a few Spanish ones in in Washington, but there's not busloads of Poles coming into short run, so you can't shift them. So try and give them away to people. Hey, do you want a Polish Werewolf Jones? Wilkelick Jones? No. So yeah, I was like, fuck it, I'm not going to have these in the garage for fucking 6 years, and I put them all in the fucking recycling. I told my agent, please tell these international publishers when they send contributor copies, send 2 max. I do not want a giant box of unsellable books. Anyway. So I felt bad tossing them, but it's like, what am I going to do?
Al says, why do they send you multiple copies? Well, I don't actually know that, but I mean, it's, I'm going to send one to Nate because he's obviously involved in the book.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's standard practice. I mean, usually in my contract, English speaking contracts like Fantagraphics, 10 copies. You get 10 copies. Most of the publishers just run this way, but when it's foreign languages that are very region specific, it's pointless for me. I've said 1 copy or 2 max for the archive. That's it. Anyway. I'll go dig them out of the bin if you want one, Al. I'll run back out to the bin and get one out for you. I'll leave it under a tree. You can come track it down.
I quite like having a bunch of copies. Like, I obviously have a lot less books than you, so I like bulking up that archive shelf with lots of copies of the same stuff.
Yeah, that's my archive shelf back here, you know. So I've just got one of each copy. You know, you got what's that, Italian up there, and then moving into French, and then you got Polish and English and Russian, and there's a bunch of Dutch ones up there. I don't know, 14 languages, I think. Swedish, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't need multiples. It takes up too much space. I need to do a book cull. Frankly, I got to get rid of a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
I tried when I moved. I got rid of a bunch of garbage, but I think the shelves need another culling. Yeah.
Yeah, I do that a lot. Wow, so that's basically that, and this is all I got this week.
Oh, you got that? Yeah. No, they're getting out there. I shipped them all out. It was about 4 or 5 nights of relentless shipping.
You get any like feedback yet?
Yeah, no, I've got some nice messages. I was a bit worried about this one because it is fucking hardcore and a bit brutal. And but yeah, no, I've got some really nice messages from people who are like, "Oh, fuck you, that was awful. That made me cry. Good work." Yeah, people seem to have enjoyed the horror of it and the horribleness. And, yeah, you know, make you feel something. Maybe horrible, but that's still a good feeling. You know, art can move you.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, thanks, Josh, for receiving that in your mail and holding it up on the stream. Maybe I'll sell a few more copies. Still got a few left. Let's look at the numbers up here. Let's look at the old web store because the Europeans keep checking out. You still?
What's that?
I said, could you still hear me?
Yeah.
So I had a different window open. I've got 49 copies of issue 2 and 315 of issue 3. So plenty of copies there available due to the horrible shipping costs that's fucking up my business and taking money out of my child's mouth.
Yeah.
Thanks, Postal Service.
Yeah, it's bad news.
Yeah, I can't complain too much. I'm still sitting there drinking a fucking water from Erewhon. So, you know.
Yeah.
Can't complain too much. I love hustling.
Yeah. You get any books this week or?
Yeah, a couple of bookies. You get anything new or?
No, that was it. Those two things.
You can't go too wrong with the new HANSELMANN book. It's a banger. Yeah, working on the new zine. You said you got your new zine coming out. I'm 10 pages into mine. Going a bit slow. As I said last week was a rough week for me with family stuff. Yeah. It's too hot at night. I used to come out here and work a bit more at night once the kid was asleep, but it's too fucking hot out here. So I've just been playing video games on the couch. I've been Japanese role-playing games and been loving that. Bit lazy, bit privileged laziness, bit of self-care. Yeah, what I get, I got these new Burns books. I've got the Cutting Floor, which is a Desert Island exclusive through their mystery mail. Not sure if you can even still get that.
I think I have one set aside for me. Yeah.
You do, yeah. Charles said he's got one set aside for you. I think the event's happening soon. I think there's tonight.
Yeah.
Hey, if you're in New York, get on down to Desert Island. You can pick this up and Free Shit 26, which renders that free shit collection incomplete. So now I guess Charles is at work on another 10 years. We'll get Free Shit Compendium 2. So yeah, you're gonna need this one. You can only get these if you run into Charles. Like if you run into him at a urinal or something. Charles, you got any free shit? He's like, wow, I mean, look in my pocket, hey, and boom, boom. Yeah, lovely stuff.
I ran into him a couple of months ago, like getting ice cream and empty pockets that I didn't get any zines that time.
Down the parlor.
Yeah.
Well, is this like? Is he actually fucking drawn this here? Is this like this looks like a charcoal drawing or? I'm guessing. I mean, I'm guessing he's drawn them. They're fucking impressive stuff. Like beautiful light and shadows, stunning stuff. I think that there's 4 of these in this format now. Like Partners put one out. I've got all 4 of them, luckily.
Yeah.
I feel very, very privileged to have all of these. Beautiful. Can't wait for Final Cut to come out, the new Charles book. I know. Speaking of, it was reviewed in the new issue of Bubble, so Brian seems to have gotten his hand.
I haven't got that one yet. Partners together. So how is it?
It's great. Yeah, it's all the Bubbles Con. Brian put on the convention in Richmond, Virginia at the library. So it's transcriptions of all the interviews. So if you missed out, you can see your Ryan Holmberg talk. You can read all about. Watch a video of that. The Freak Buck guy, Alexi, he did record that discreetly and put that as a private video on YouTube. So I did watch that with Noel Frybert interviewing CF. Good interview. 70 reviews of comics in here.
So I was going to ask
70
you,
reviews.
Is Tracy Island reviewed in there? Because I was like, I think I sent it to him a bit late. Like I don't think it got in there in time.
Didn't make it in. But first cab off the rank up there, you can see is my comic there. First cab off the rank, a glowing review.
So that's the first issue of Bubbles in God knows how long that I haven't managed to get a review in. Because it's sort of like been a point of pride for me that I'm working fast enough that I'm getting comic reviews in every single issue of Bubbles, but I just missed this one.
Yeah, it's strange. It was weird. It felt like an empty issue in a way because there's no Pettinger. There's no Garcia either. The cartoonist, the monosyllable, just Garcia. He goes by no Garcia.
There's a review of American Nature, which I'm in, but.
Yeah, well, there's Tedward on the cover there, so it does mention your name here, Josh Pettinger. So, you're still mentioned. You've got a cover. Yeah, you're in there, Josh. Okay, you're in there.
Got in under the wire with that one.
Yeah, but 70 reviews. I mean, this is just comprehensive. Like, the Comics Journal just won the best comics publication Eisner at the Eisners. Like, fuck off.
Mm-hmm.
No offense, Austin. No offense, Gary. Like, dog shit compared to this. I'm solely comparing it to this. There's far more information in here. It's just this. Like, Brian's been sending them in to the Eisner committee as well. Like, if this does not get a nomination next year, Bubbles, and like Brian's good work, and Brian is just unflappably positive and just a great guy. You cannot fault him. This needs to win a fucking Eisner. The work he's been doing, the camaraderie that this has inspired, and just what it does for the scene. Yeah,
and I think it will be looked back at like the most complete and the best archive of what's been happening in the last 5 or so years.
It's such a wide net of just everything that's happening in alternative comics and manga. It's fantastic. Really great stuff.
Yeah.
Bubbles, go check out Bubbles Zine. You can Google it.
I mean, it really is like it is, like you said, the wide net. It's like there's not really anything even close to that, is there? I mean,
no, and it's just one guy doing it, just one fanatical baseball fan, weird guy. He's publishing now as well. He's got a few great books out. There's reveal on the back. This new Maruo Suhiro book coming out with Ryan Holmberg in there, of course. Brian's just bringing great stuff into print. I can't say enough good things about Brian Baines of Bubbles magazine. Go get it. Yeah, this is everything in here. Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, got the new Hate. Nice Buddy and Stinky cover. Major nostalgia. People are loving this. So people really excited to get some Buddy Bradley back in their lives. All of those old men.
The 90s are back. Yeah,
between this Peep Show and and the quality work that we're doing, Josh, people are feasting right now. Some quality work coming down the pipe. Yeah, no, good, fun stuff. Fun stuff. All the old characters are back. Jay the Junkie. Anyway, they're enjoyable. Get your floppies.
Yeah.
I'm not sure on the decision to do bring Stretch Pants back. I saw someone complaining very upset that over here that Stretch Pants, his character from the old Martini Batten comics, was back. Like, it is just a bit shit. I don't hate Stretch Pants or anything, but it's just a bit pointless to have it like as the opening page. Just it might be a bit off-putting to younger readers.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, they're very classy stuff. Yeah, I thought there was one where it was like Stretch Pants went trans. I read like a PDF and I was like, ooh, that's a bit dicey. But he may have changed his mind and not put that in here because it wasn't in the first issue and it wasn't in this one. So yeah, maybe someone whispered in his ear and like, it's not worth the trouble, Pete.
Yeah, maybe the next one. I mean,
maybe there's 2 more to go. There's 2 more issues to go, and then it'll probably be collected. But you know, I want the floppies, and maybe the Stretch Pants comics won't be included. Yeah. I also got the got the big online ceramics Trickers Cabin book from A24 that someone in the comments last week said, did you get this? And, you know, I'm a streetwear wanker, some fashion hipster prick, so of course I bought this. Yeah, don't regret it. It's a big T-shirt archive. Online ceramics is like a bunch of deadheads that started making all these T-shirts and do a lot of stuff with A24. So it's, you know, it's just a big T-shirt archive and interviews and stuff and photos, and you know, it's just, you know, it's a big lushly produced art book about screen printed nerdy T-shirts by a couple of smelly young deadheads. Yeah, lovely cloth bound and a lovely book. I think it's probably sold out now, but yeah, beautiful book. Quite nice, simple design. Very beautiful. That's all I picked up this week. So I got the new Palookaville as well. I picked up that. I realised I'd missed out on this one. So
wait, new or or that's just the most recent?
Most recent. It's just from late last year, I think, like August last year or something. So
what number is that?
24.
24. Okay.
Yeah, it's got some nice autobiography in there and stuff. I always like Seth's autobiography stuff.
Yeah.
There's a DVD in the back of puppet shows or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a bit behind on those, but yeah, they're great.
I just got a lovely letter from Seth as well. I got this. He sent me this letter. I was like, oh, Inkwell's End. I know that's Seth. I just found it in the mail, and yeah, just a lovely hand typed letter. It was very nice, very lovely letter. It was very nice to receive. I need to write him a letter back.
Just like unprompted, just a hello.
Out of the blue. He was like, oh, we haven't seen each other since like 2019 or something. And nice letter. Yeah, it was very nice. Gonna have to spend some time and effort. I used to like have pen pals back in the 90s. I'd write 50-page handwritten letters. So I thought, yeah. But I lived on an island at the bottom of the earth and there was no internet yet. So there was no phones. So, and there were 2 TV channels. So I guess I had a lot of fucking time on my hands. I was young and childless. But the idea of having to write a letter now, it's like, oh, fuck. Like, Jesus, that's like 3 hours of my fucking work day. Yeah, to be young again.
The magic of the post office is a bit worn off on us, probably, right? So, you know, it's like I'm sick of mailing stuff.
Yeah, a little bit. I don't mind it. I've got the big mail centre I go down to, and then I've got like a little one near my local bottle shop. So I don't mind going up to the little one. I know all the people in there now. It's never busy, so I just walk straight in. Like I've got these, and you know, yeah. I don't know. It feels nice to be sending mail or hand mail. Like I send out all the ticketed mass ones, but then when I do one up personally, like I'll write your name on it, Josh, like Josh Porter or Charles Burns, and I write it out, and there's something intimate about it.
Yeah.
Got to start doing more of that, and just sending people surprises in the mail. You know.
Yeah.
It's nice. Yeah.
I'm like quite friendly with the 2 old men at the UPS, but not really the USPS these days.
Yeah, they can be a bit rude down there. They're overworked. I think they get you get lots of pricks down there yelling at them.
Yeah, I was getting some prints made, and they're like, oh, you're a cartoonist. And they started talking about, I forget the name of the car. Like, they started talking about some like old underground comics they liked. I forget who they were saying they liked, but that's quite fun.
Yeah, no, it's good. Someone out there still likes comics. Some normies.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all just feeling very grim with the postage problems now. What's this?
This doesn't. I finished 156 comic. Do you mean 156 pages, or what does this mean? Got it.
156 pages. Yeah, I guess.
Then after the most shit April Fool's Day of my life, talking
What does that
about
mean?
piss god dying on April Fools, maybe?
That might be it.
I have a serious
Yeah.
block in my desire to create. Can you offer some suggestions? Yeah, my thing is just create through the block. It's like just make something shit. Just like work through it.
Yeah, just force yourself. When I lost my friend Carl to a heroin overdose in 2016, I just instantly drew a comic about us, like our music days. You know, Megan Mogg doing it, or Megan Wilf Jones. Yeah, Drone, it was called. I made that in response to my friend dying. It's a celebration of his life and our friendship. Alvin Bonaventura died a couple of months later. I just kept working then. He was my publisher, my art dealer. I was like, what am I going to do? I just keep working. And again, after April Fools, when Ed took his own life, that was, you know, a colleague of mine for 10 years, a friend, stayed at my house before. I loved Ed.
Yeah.
So it was fucking horrible. But I just kept working. I mean, Ed was all about, you know, make more comics, read more comics. So I was like, well, what am I going to do? I'm just going to make a comic.
Yeah.
So yeah, just, I don't know, keep on working. But yeah, you just got to push yourself, I guess. Just do some sketchbook drawings. Just try to find that passion. And if you can't, I guess, don't beat yourself up about it. When you're ready, you'll come back to it, and the juices will get flowing again. Yeah, I'm forcing myself right now. Like the last issue of my comic, like I was loving it. Like, the process was just, I loved it every day. I was just, I got to work as much as possible. I'd wake up so fucking excited to get to work. But the thing I'm working on now is just like a fucking grind. It's just grueling. It's like, I feel all shaky. I don't want to be doing it really.
Yeah.
So, you know, sometimes I'm forcing myself. You know, I got 10 pages done, but you know, I'm not working to my full capacity. You know, I'm not going to beat myself up about it. So yeah, you know, we're all just doing what we can.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, but yeah, so the Crap Masters Act down there says you got to stay locked in, and that's true. You do, like, you know, you got to lock in, and try to stay locked in. Once you break that chain, it can be difficult to get back on the horse.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was so proud of myself with getting that last book done so quickly, because
It's so fast. There's like issue 2 and 3 were just like bam, bam.
I did do the 3 months in between thing, but like that was stopping and starting. Like I always used to say, like I got to go in the cave, I got to get the horse blinders on, I need to work all day, I need to work 18 hours nonstop, I got to get a rhythm going. I can't stop and start. But I was stopping and starting. I just had such a burning passion. I was able to go out and cook lunch for the kid for an hour, you know, get back to work. I was able to like say hello to my wife when she got home and have dinner and go to the shopping and then get back to work and then sleep and get up and start again. And just, I don't know, I was able to just sit the fuck down, and no matter what got in my way, I could sit back down and get straight back into it. But it's hard to do.
Spurgeon says the book I'm working on is about 50 pages down. It's going to be 100 pages. I might have to self-publish. I don't know if a publisher will touch it. I think, like, I don't know. I think don't even like think about a publisher while you're making it. You know, have like a publisher's nice, but just like have self-publishing it in mind as you're doing it, because you never guaranteed publishing. You know.
Yeah, and I mean, I was going to do this with Fantagraphics, but I realized I get like 40 to 60 cents per unit. So I was like, well, fuck, I'm not going to do that. I'll do it myself. But and look, frankly, the fucking infrastructure's dying a little bit. I mean, if you go with a publisher, say you go with like Fantagraphics or Drawn Quarterly, I mean, there's limited press that they can get for you. I mean, you know, where all the alt weeklies are gone, all the websites are dying, the adpocalypse and everything, and like the crowded market, they're mostly going to write about YA or manga if they're going to write about something. So there's no guarantee you're going to get any good press from an established publisher. They're going to give you like maybe an advance of like, you know, $1,000, I think, sort of standard-ish. I mean, if it's a big, you know, the book, oh wow, you know, maybe someone got 100,000 from Pantheon recently, but it was like a sort of a political kind of book with a hook. So, you know, they were the right kind of person. So, you know, they got a lot of money. But generally you're going to get $1,000. And I know some fucking books from like the big alt comics publishers, you'll sell like under 500 copies.
Yeah.
So, you know, you ain't going to see past that fucking advance. So you're better off going to Mixam. That's what Josh and I use. Or you found a different printer, you've looked around. But these online places, you upload all your work, you check it all, make it's good. You can get stuff like $2, $3, $4 a unit. You charge $10 for them, you're making a good profit. So you'll sell, you know, on your own, you'll sell a lower amount than with a publisher probably. but you'll make more money. Like, you know, I make more off of selling these self-published floppies than I make from like all of my publishing money across 14 languages, because, you know, you're just getting a small amount of money from the publishers, and the publishers aren't making a lot of money either as well. It all goes to fucking middlemen and stuff and distributors and fucking shops or whatever. Yeah. Direct selling as a Ray, I'd recommend. But then, you know, you got to build up the Instagram profile and try to get your word out there. Try and get a review in you know, Bubbles or something. Try and, you know, you got to go to SBX. You got to pay to play. You got to go there. But, you know, look, we all got to start out. It's Sisyphean. It's pushing a snowball up a hill. It took me a long time to build any kind of career. I was 30, starting to like, you know, oh fuck, you know, working menial jobs, and, you know, but I kept working, kept pushing through, and Josh, you'd agree. It has to come from you first. You just have to. You said it earlier. You hinted at, like, you just have to focus on the work and just your relationship with the work, and the publishing will come afterwards. Focus first on getting the work done, and then, it's rough out there. It is. This is a dying hobby. This is like we're sick men, Josh. What are we doing making comics? Like, it's like a cult. It's like Scientology. It's like this sick thing that we're drawn to, this cult we become obsessed with. Like, oh, I'm going to try and sell you a paper booklet of sequential drawings. Like, there's so much competition and noise out there. Like, that's why I think comic shops are shutting down, because it's like, no one, this is just an old antiquated medium. This is, you know. But then you see a whole row of fucking vinyl in fucking Target or Walmart, and vinyl's back. Like, I don't know. You know, we're never going to see comic books in Walmart ever again, I don't think, except for Dogman and the YA. Yeah, it's a racket. Good luck. Good bloody luck out there.
Yeah.
What's Caleb R saying here, Josh?
He says, what are your general thoughts on digital versus traditional comics? Are digital folks generally looked down on by the cool kids? Yes.
Yeah. An emphatic, strong yes from Josh and I.
I mean, the number one thing is, if you're drawing digitally, you don't get to sell your original art, which is probably, I don't know, like a third of my income is from selling pages.
Yep.
You can't sell the original art. The second thing is, like, I don't know, just drawing on a computer, I don't think you have that, like, connection to history, or, like, you know, some cosmic line between, you know, Winsor McKay or through the, you know, Thomas Nast, from him all the way through to you. It's like, you know, you're just a guy with a tablet that was invented 5 years ago.
Yeah, as soon as the grids go down, boom, it's all gone. But in a post-apocalyptic scenario, everyone can be checking this out and having a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you hit the nail on the head with the art stuff. I've said that numerous times before, Josh, in interviews and stuff. Like, a big chunk of my, you know, income comes from original art. I've gotten my sales up from 100 a page to 3,000 a page. Full disclosure, I'll have gallery shows in Paris and sell stuff like, you know, I sold big paintings for like $7,000. You know, I can send my kid to a decent school, so she's not going to get shot or be surrounded by TikTok fuckheads dancing like fucking morons. So yeah, it's not real. It's just I don't like digital comics when someone's like, oh, it's on Itch.io, or you can get it on whatever. Like, I find it repellent. But I'm an old man. We're older, Josh. Like, we grew up on newsagent comics, you know, mainstream floppies, Mad Magazine, you know, tactile stuff that you'd read in the toilet. You know, the smell of the paper, the smell of the shit. You know.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't buy digital comics. I've never bought a digital comic, ever. Not a single one in my entire fucking life. But I buy stacks and stacks of actual paper comics.
Yeah, I think, no, I've never bought a digital comic.
I bought a digital book recently. Corey, the guy who used to do nudes reading mini comics, a little Instagram thing where he, you know, have all these burlesque people with little mini comics and write reviews. Lovely guy. He travels the world now. He does caricatures, goes to different fairs. He's been in like the Amazon recently. It's like a travelogue thing. I bought the PDF of his travelogue book. He was on the road, and I was like, you know, I'm going to give him $12. I'm going to buy this PDF book, and I just wanted to support him. So it was merely charity, you know. And now I've just lost the PDF. It's like I don't know how to search for it in my hard drive or where it is. You know, if
Yeah.
it was on the shelf, I could find it.
Yeah. I also
Digital
think
comics.
just drawing on a tablet like stops you from embracing your limitations. Like I thought about like this theory a lot, that like what people call your style is just like you trying to do something else but being shit at it. Like, you know, like my style basically at the moment is like, you know, the way I draw is like me trying to draw like, you know, these old EC and Atlas comics, but just being really shit. And that's like what comes out is like a style. But I think if you're drawing on a tablet, you're just gonna Control Z your way out of ever getting to that.
Yeah, I think just what you said about not being connected to history. Just, I don't know, there's something primal about working with paper and ink, and you know, if you make a mistake, and you know, the tools of it. And, you know, I mean, it's a valid thing, digital art. I love Ben Mendelwitz's stuff. That's all digital. I think someone in the comments there was talking about the mold map. I think it was mold map 7. That was all digital. It was a digital issue, which pissed me off because I was like, well, I want to own it. Like, well, I have all the other mold maps. Why can't I fucking buy this one? But it was a very well presented digital publication. So, you know, it's interesting.
Al says, why do you color digitally then, Josh? And the answer is none of your business. Roman draws digitally. He's really good. So, you know, there are exceptions, but Roman learned to draw on paper. So it's, you know.
Yeah. There's definitely artists out there that transcend the digital medium. Like, it looks hand drawn. Like, they're very capable of putting their, you know, hand. Like, I'm like, well, that's digital. Wow. I had no idea.
Yeah.
But then there's other stuff that's like, oh, that's so disgustingly digital and soulless.
But what does that say about like digital art? If like the best compliment you can give it is, it doesn't even look like digital art.
Yeah. I think we've always had mechanical coloring as well, back to the old like color separation days in the 80s, like, you know, Clowes and Burns doing color guides and having to like do a watercolor sheet with numbers, and you know, it was a mechanical kind of coloring, but you know, I don't have the time anymore. I've considered hiring a colorist for future Megan Mogg work because you know, like half of the time is taken up doing all the watercolors, and it looks nice and it looks human, but I don't think I have the time. But, but then I keep flip flopping back and forth because, you know, you and Nate did a good job of coloring the Wilcolac Jones, but it does just seem a bit soulless. It doesn't have the grit or the texture of the actual stuff, you know, like it's just a bit flat and not lifeless, but maybe a bit lifeless.
There's also, you just want it to exist in the world. Like when I first started coming around your house to draw, you know, like the magic of it was like, you know, you're like a very well-known artist. It's like I came to your house to like, you know, to hang out. I looked at your shoot. It's like, wow, that's like Simon HANSELMANN's art in the flesh. It's like right in front of me. This is like, there's something like magical about that. But if it, you know, and that's like an in real life, like in the world thing that wouldn't have happened with a tablet, would it? You know.
Yeah, I've got all my tools laid out here. I've got a big tub of original art up there. You know, I've had people come over and we, you know, Cowdrey came over or Garcia, and we look through the tub and like, you know, memory lane and touch it. Oh, can I touch it? Like, there's something about it because you're like, oh shit, can I touch it around the edges? You know, if it's just me sitting in an empty room with an iPad and like, oh, there you go, swipe through it, have a look at my life's work. Soulless. It's fucking soulless. And again, the grid goes out. You're fucked, mate. Go and put your phone in some rice, put it in the freezer, you're fucked.
Like we went to Charles Burns' house and we looked at the Black Hole originals, and it's just like that's like one of the best experiences like imaginable. Is just like looking at the Black Hole originals. Like I can't imagine trying to like do that yourself, you know.
Yeah, imagine if you just like come on into the studio, boys, and sit down and look at some scans. Oh wow! Like, but yeah, with these big, beautiful things in a flat file, and just like wow. And I started reading Black Hole when I was like fucking 13. So it's like holding the originals like fucking 30 years later. It was fucking magical. Absolutely fucking magical. The magic's back, Josh. I was feeling depressed earlier about all the postage prices, but now I'm just thinking about individuals cranking away, making this beautiful art, this beautiful, idiosyncratic, insane art form. Chef's kiss. Bloody beautiful.
Comics is the best. It's not done.
Well, it is. It's autonomous. So I'm always saying that, like, it's you know, you have full control over it as an artist. Like, I'm waiting to hear back about some TV shit. Lawyers, I've talked about this in the past. Lawyers, and I'm getting close to working on something. Like, and yeah, it's nice to work and collaborate with others, but there's just something about just you alone when you get in the zone and you have full control over all this, every facet of the production. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, I was like watching. I was like looking on Instagram. I kept getting into my algorithm all these people who are into making miniatures,
Mm.
and it's like it struck me how similar what we do is to that. There's it's like people who build
Yeah.
miniatures. It's like we're making
Yeah, it's
these
just
tiny little world. We're God. We're like making these tiny little worlds.
yeah. When I made the big installation thing at the museum years ago, I felt it was very similar to the comics. It was just building worlds instead of doing it on paper and making this little 3D world. I was literally building these. They're in these big cubes like a panel, and I was individually placing items and had the big mannequins. You can see the mannequins there. I had them in a full living room with trash everywhere and a functioning TV, and yeah, it's just world building. I've been looking at lots of miniatures online as well, Josh. Little train sets and men that make little trees, and I love it. I love those little dioramas and miniatures.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah, it's just someone just zoning out from. There's so much bullshit in the world and so much stress and strife and anxiety. It's nice to just lose yourself in this little godlike, this little world. It's lovely.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, and come what may, and you just got to keep you young cartoonists or old cartoonists, just anyone who's making art like this. If you want to get it out there, you just got to keep on fighting and send some copies into Bubble, send some copies around to some shops, try and get to a festival, try and make some friends, and just first and foremost, entertain yourself and your closest friends. Yeah, if you keep just keep pushing, like Josh said earlier, like you just got to keep pushing it and just keep making the stuff. Like you can't like, oh, I finished a comic and now I'm just gonna not make another one for 5 years. Like you're gonna have to make another one. You're gonna have to keep on, reminding people who are like Sally Harcum told me in like 2013, like Simon, you're about to enter the industry, like just be selective, but just pretty much take every interview you can get. Like don't let people forget you. The way Joe Matt just disappeared, like of his own volition, pretty much his own mental stuff. Like he just sort of disappeared from the limelight. But yeah, you got to keep the work. If you want to be a professional and build it up and whatever, you got to keep pushing it and hustling it and reminding people who you are. Do a stupid YouTube show and babble on every couple of weeks. And, post things on the Instagram. It's all we can do.
Yeah. Inspiring stuff.
Oh, deeply inspiring, Josh. So yeah, I mean, this is the most positive comics podcast / show out there. All these other ones are such as sour bastards trying to bring people down, and we just want to lift people up.
I thought you were saying that was the name of a podcast, a comics podcast, Sour Bastards.
It should be. I can think of a few that could probably be labeled sour bastards, but no, there's some good ones out there. I really enjoyed that new Miami review of comics one. That was great. And more of that, please. Was it a rival comics YouTube channel called Comics People? I think it is, Josh. They tend to get more views than us. So it's new when they get more views than us, and they're less famous than we are. So I was a little bit irritated by that, frankly. But yeah, it's just some good stuff on there. They've mentioned your work on there, Josh. They did do a Philly episode and neglected to mention Garcia. It's like they mentioned you and another cartoonist who'd recently moved there. All these implants who'd come from other places, but they didn't mention the hottest young gun in the Philly area.
Well, it upset him so much he moved, didn't he?
Yeah, he was like, "Fuck this! I'm going to New York, you cunts."
Yeah.
Rode his little horsey out.
I think actually. Is it Gallery 1969? It seems like he has an exhibit that opens today there.
Oh yeah, is there a Nate Garcia? Oh, sorry, it's just Garcia now. There's a Garcia exhibition tonight, I think.
Yeah, somewhere. It's like a Gallery 1969 or something. So if you're in the New York area, go have a look at some of his drawings.
Here we go. Search for Garcia on Instagram. I've brought him up here. The block is hot. August 2nd. Is that today? Yes. Friday, August 2nd, 6 to 8 p.m. 39 White Street, Tribeca. Curated by Alex Brownguard. Yep. You got a bunch of artists there I've never heard of, plus Garcia.
Yeah.
Peter Saul.
Go look
Anyway,
at
yeah.
his little scribblings.
Oh man, I go. Where's this video? Bloody Brian Bubbles sent me this the other day. Old flatmate of mine from Tasmania just gave Brian Bubbles this massive stack of really rare old comics of mine. So why couldn't you give them to me? I didn't have half of them, but it's just this fucking, look at this. It's like that comic's like, it's like a folded wallet comic. There's an old Mega Hex zine and old Dan Cross comics. It's all early 2000s. That Fangba Digest. Old Micah Malamy or Girl Mountain zine. Don't have those. Don't have that one. It's like an old folk tale, non-Megan Mogg. Old Girl Mountain zine, like fucking plastic cover and belly bands. Don't remember. It's just, that one was called Stoner Comics. I have no memory of making that. I said to Brian I was probably very stoned when I made that, but all this rare old fucking stuff.
That's wild.
I'm kind of hinting at Brian, like, I kind of need some of those. But I don't think he wants to give them up. But fair's fair. He's going to scan some of them for me. So
yeah,
the old 24-hour comics party stuff. But
do the right thing,
Brian. There's Stoner Comics. There is old stuff. On the cover, it says "drawn in bed over the weekend." No memory of drawing this, but vaguely remember this comic. It's got me doing a shit in the shower or something. I think it was like a weird dream I had. My nan's in there. My nan who just passed. I think he's in that comic. But yeah. Anyway, really old zines. I was a bit tipsy late at night, and Brian was messaging me. And I got all flustered, like, "Oh, I want these zines." So, but he's gonna scan them for me. So, and they're safe. I said to Brian in the end, I was like, "They are safe with you, Brian Baines."
Yeah.
You know, I know where they are.
Yeah.
You know, I am thinking of putting together a big collection, like a fat collection of old zines of mine, like old, pre-Megan Mogg work. A little bit of rare Megan Mogg early work in there, but mostly just non-Megan Mogg stuff. I think that could be fun. Some shit work that I'm quite embarrassed by, but yeah, it could be fun.
Yeah, for the diehards.
And I'm going to sell it myself. I'm going to print it up, probably with Mixam, a square bound job, or get a good price on it, and I'm going to fucking sell it myself. I could, do it with a publisher, but I kind of like, why give them 75% of my money? I'm trying to make money for my child's future. So, sorry, publishers, you've made your money off of me.
Yeah.
Oh, we did do an exciting event coming up, Josh. I should say I've got an event coming up. I think I can't say what it is yet, but I think it's August 31st or something. I'll tell you next time. But yeah, it's going to be like a 10-year anniversary Mega Hex event at a posh place, posh venue here in California, with a special moderator flying in. We're going to do an amazing talk. I'll hopefully have this new zine done by then, and you'll be able to pick one of those up there for the first time. Yeah, that'll be exciting. 10 years. It's the 10-year anniversary of the publication of Mega Hex, Josh.
Fuck yeah.
And you're starting out on your journey. You've got Tedwood coming out from Fanta in 2025.
Yeah.
10 years, we'll be doing your 10-year anniversary talk and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, the time flies, let me tell you.
It's quite scary.
It's weird, like Crisis Zone is like the midpoint of my professional career. It's like, the time's going so fast. Like it's terrifying. The Megan Mogg, the proper Megan Mogg books with Bad Gateway, and it's like 2019. It was like 5 years ago. I've been fucking around for 5 years doing pandemic web comics, Werewolf Jones zines that no one really liked, and Below Ambition, which no one really liked, and now the zombie comic, which I think people are starting to like.
Yeah, Instagram was loving that one.
Yeah, no, it did well on Instagram. It serialized quite well on there because it wasn't drawn for that or built for that. But yeah, people got into it. I got to pick. Anyway, got to get the 4th issue done so I can put the 3rd issue on Instagram. But anyway.
Should we wrap this up? A nice
Probably,
hour.
Yeah. Got to get back to work. I'm going out for a nice dinner later. Dropping off work early so I can go get a nice dinner. Had some bad food poisoning out here where I am. It's all chain restaurants out here. So I went and got some Japanese food and then almost shit the car. So we're gonna go on down to Studio City and get some proper fucking food prepared by non-morons.
Should we end with this theme tune, or I don't know how I feel about it?
Yeah, I'm going to complain to Jim about that. I'm not happy about that. I want to get a bit of money cut off and maybe get him to record another song.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. One last question here. Crapmaster Zach saying, is Tedward done?
Yeah, it's done. It's been all the files sent off. You can pre-order it from Fantagraphics, Amazon, wherever you want. Just search.
I think maybe he means is the character done.
Oh, no. I'm more just, drawing other stuff, but I'll do more with Tedward.
Taking a little break. Yeah, mum's the word. Yeah. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for listening, and I hope you got something out of that and enjoyed our sarcastic jokeettes and our genuine enthusiasm and passion for this medium.
Yeah, tell your friends.
Yeah, tell your friends. Make more comics, read more comics, as the old saying goes.
This is a song about the podcast Manga Chat. It's where it's at. Manga Chat. I'll never come back from Manga Chat. Hosted by Simon and Josh. Josh is the sidekick and Simon's the boss. Or maybe that's not the way things are. Everyone who goes on Manga Chat is a star. Manga Chat. It's where it's at.